Hello friends, waving hand. Welcome to my coin collection journey. Today I'm sharing some amazing United States Washington quarters including 1965, 1978, 1979D, and 1984D coins. These coins are very special because each one carries the proud symbols of America like liberty, in God we trust, and PLURIBUS UNUM. These quarters are not just ordinary coins, they are pieces of history. From the 1965 quarter that started the new copper-nickel era, to the 1978 and 1979D coins that show strong circulation in the USA, and the 1984D coin that reflects modern American growth, each coin tells its own story of the United States. Thank you friends for watching and supporting. Keep collecting, keep learning, and stay connected for more amazing coin history. Sparkles. The 1965 United States quarter dollar is one of the most historically important coins in modern American numismatics. Issued during a period when the United States faced a nationwide coin shortage and rising silver prices, the 1965 quarter marked a major turning point in American coinage. Before 1965, U.S. quarters were struck from 90% silver and 10% copper, making them valuable not only as currency, but also for their precious metal content. However, because the value of silver increased significantly during the early 1960s, many people began hoarding silver coins. To solve this problem, the U.S. Congress passed the Coinage Act of 1965, which removed silver from circulating quarters and introduced a copper-nickel clad composition. As a result, the 1965 Washington quarter became the first regular-issue quarter produced without silver since the Washington design was introduced in 1932. The obverse front of the coin features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The word liberty appears prominently above Washington's head, symbolizing freedom and democracy, while the national motto, "In God we trust," is inscribed to the left of the portrait. The date 1965 appears below the bust. The portrait of Washington was designed by sculptor John Flanagan, whose work remained on the quarter for many decades. The design reflects the ideals upon which the United States was founded, and honors Washington's role in securing American independence and establishing the nation's government. On the reverse back of the coin appears a majestic heraldic eagle with its wings spread wide. The eagle clutches arrows, representing military preparedness and national defense, while olive branches beneath symbolize peace. Above the eagle is the inscription United States of America, and below appears quarter dollar. The Latin motto PLURIBUS UNUM, meaning out of many one, is displayed above the eagle. This motto reflects the unity of the states that together form the United States. The reverse design remained a classic symbol of American strength, unity, and national pride throughout much of the 20th century. The 1965 quarter was produced in extraordinarily large numbers because the government needed to replace hoarded silver coins and restore an adequate supply of circulating currency. More than 1.8 billion quarters dated 1965 were struck, making it one of the highest mintage quarters in American history. Interestingly, from 1965 through 1967, mint marks were intentionally omitted from U.S. coins to discourage collectors from hoarding newly minted pieces. Therefore, genuine 1965 quarters do not carry a mint mark, regardless of where they were produced. From a technical standpoint, the coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and consists of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. This clad composition gave the coin durability while reducing production costs. The distinctive copper-colored edge visible on modern quarters first appeared with the 1965 issue, making it easy to distinguish from earlier silver quarters. Today, most circulated 1965 quarters are worth face value, but well-preserved examples, especially those in uncirculated mint condition, can command premiums among collectors. Special varieties, striking errors, and exceptionally high-grade specimens certified by professional grading services may sell for significantly higher prices. Because it represents the beginning of the clad coinage era in the United States, the 1965 quarter remains an essential piece for collectors building a complete Washington quarter collection. The 1965 Washington quarter stands as a landmark coin in American monetary history. It symbolizes a transition from precious metal coinage to modern clad currency and reflects the economic challenges faced by the United States during the mid-20th century. Although common in circulation, its historical significance, connection to the Coinage Act of 1965, and role in transforming American coinage ensure that it remains one of the most studied and collected quarters in U.S. numismatic history. The 1978 United States quarter dollar is a classic example of the Washington quarter series, one of the most recognizable and widely circulated coins in American history. This coin was issued during a period of economic growth and national development in the United States, and continued the long-running design honoring George Washington, the first President of the United States. The 1978 quarter carries several important inscriptions that reflect the values, history, and identity of the nation. On the obverse side appears the word liberty, representing the freedom and democratic principles upon which the United States was founded. Also displayed is the national motto, "In God We Trust," a phrase officially adopted on American currency to express the nation's historical reliance on faith and divine guidance. Beneath the portrait of George Washington appears the date 1978, marking the year of issue. The portrait of George Washington on the front of the coin was designed by sculptor John Flanagan and first appeared on the quarter in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. His dignified profile symbolizes leadership, patriotism, and the founding ideals of the United States. For millions of Americans, the Washington quarter became an everyday reminder of the nation's history and the contributions of its first president. The design remained largely unchanged for decades, making the 1978 quarter part of a long and respected tradition in U.S. coinage. The reverse side of the 1978 quarter features the iconic American eagle with wings spread wide. The eagle is a powerful symbol of freedom, strength, courage, and national unity. Above the eagle appears the inscription, United States of America, while the Latin motto, E PLURIBUS UNUM, is displayed prominently. This phrase translates to out of many, one, reflecting the union of individual states and diverse peoples into a single nation. Below the eagle appears the denomination, quarter dollar, indicating the coin's face value of 25 cents. The reverse design combines artistic beauty with patriotic symbolism, making it one of the most admired designs in American numismatic history. The 1978 quarter was struck in a copper-nickel clad composition, consisting of outer layers made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. This composition was introduced in 1965, when the United States eliminated silver from circulating quarters due to rising silver prices and widespread coin hoarding. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. Its reeded edge contains 119 ridges, a feature that originally helped prevent the clipping of precious metal from coins. By 1978, the clad quarter had become a standard part of everyday commerce throughout the United States. Millions of 1978 quarters were produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Coins struck at Denver bear the D mint mark, while Philadelphia issues from that year generally carried no mint mark. Because of the large number produced, most 1978 quarters remain relatively common today. However, collectors continue to search for high-grade uncirculated examples, proof strikes, and rare mint errors that may carry premiums above face value. Coins with exceptional preservation, strong luster, and sharp details are especially desirable among numismatists. From a historical perspective, the 1978 Washington quarter represents an era before the introduction of modern commemorative state quarters and special circulating designs. It belongs to the traditional Washington quarter series that remained largely unchanged from 1932 until the late 20th century. For collectors, historians, and coin enthusiasts, the 1978 quarter serves as a tangible connection to everyday American life during the late 1970s. Its enduring design, patriotic inscriptions, and association with George Washington continue to make it an important and meaningful piece of United States coinage. Today, the 1978 quarter dollar is appreciated not only for its monetary value, but also for its historical significance and role in American numismatic heritage. Whether found in circulation, preserved in a coin collection, or displayed as part of a historical exhibit, the coin reflects the enduring ideals of liberty, unity, faith, and national pride that have shaped the United States throughout its history. The inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and PLURIBUS UNUM continue to remind collectors and citizens alike of the principles and traditions that define the American nation. The 1978 United States quarter dollar is a significant part of the Washington quarter series and represents a period of stability and strong circulation in American coinage history. This coin features the iconic portrait of George Washington on the obverse side, symbolizing leadership, independence, and the founding spirit of the United States. Above Washington's image is the word liberty, while the national motto, In God We Trust, appears beside it, reflecting the country's traditional values. The date 1978 is placed below the portrait, marking the year of issue. This design, created by John Flanagan in 1932, continued unchanged for decades, making it one of the most recognized coin designs in the world. On the reverse side of the 1978 quarter, a detailed heraldic eagle is displayed with wings spread wide, representing strength and national pride. The eagle holds arrows in its talons, symbolizing military defense, while olive branches represent peace and diplomacy. Above the eagle is written United States of America, and below it is the denomination quarter dollar. The Latin phrase PLURIBUS UNUM, meaning out of many one, is placed above the eagle, showing unity among the states of America. This design reflects both artistic beauty and deep national symbolism, making the coin historically important. The 1978 quarter was minted in large quantities due to high demand for circulating currency in the United States. It is made from a copper-nickel clad composition, introduced in 1965, which replaced silver due to rising metal costs. This coin weighs about 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. Because millions were produced, it is still commonly found in circulation today, but uncirculated and high-grade examples are more valuable to collectors. Overall, the 1978 Washington quarter remains an important piece of American numismatic history, representing everyday life and national identity in the late 1970s. The 1979 United States quarter dollar is part of the long-running Washington quarter series, one of the most widely recognized coin designs in American numismatic history. Struck at the Denver Mint, this coin carries the D mint mark and represents the continued circulation of copper-nickel clad quarters that replaced silver coinage in the mid-1960s. The 1979 quarter reflects both the economic stability of the United States during the late 1970s and the enduring symbolism of American liberty, unity, and national identity. On its obverse side, the coin displays the dignified portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States, whose leadership during the American Revolutionary War and role in shaping the Constitution made him a lasting national icon. The inscriptions on the obverse include liberty at the top, symbolizing freedom and the fundamental rights of citizens. The national motto, "In God We Trust," appears prominently beside Washington's portrait, reflecting the historical tradition of expressing faith and moral values on U.S. currency. The date 1979 appears at the bottom of the design, while the small D mint mark indicates that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint facility. This mint was responsible for producing large quantities of circulating coinage for the western and central United States, contributing significantly to the nation's coin supply during the late 20th century. The reverse design of the 1979 D-quarter dollar features a powerful heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, symbolizing strength, freedom, and national pride. The eagle holds a bundle of arrows in its talons, representing military readiness and defense, while olive branches beneath symbolize peace. Above the eagle appears the inscription, United States of America, and directly beneath it is the Latin motto, E PLURIBUS UNUM, meaning out of many, one. This phrase emphasizes the unity of the diverse states and people that make up the United States. At the bottom of the reverse side is the denomination quarter dollar, clearly identifying its face value of 25 cents. The 1979 D-quarter is composed of a copper-nickel clad structure, consisting of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. This composition was introduced in 1965 after the removal of silver from circulating quarters due to rising silver prices and widespread hoarding of precious metal coins. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, with a reeded edge that contains 119 reeds. These specifications became standard for all Washington quarters from 1965 onward and remain in use today in modern U.S. circulating quarters. The Denver Mint produced millions of 1979 D-quarters, making them common in circulation. Because of their high mintage numbers, most examples are worth only their face value when worn or heavily circulated. However, uncirculated specimens, proof-like strikes, and coins with minting errors such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, or planchet defects can be significantly more valuable to collectors. High-grade coins certified by professional grading services may also command premiums in the numismatic market, especially those with strong luster and sharp strike detail. Historically, the 1979 quarter belongs to a transitional era in American coinage, just before the introduction of major commemorative programs such as the 50-State Quarters series that began in 1999. It represents the standard Washington quarter design that remained unchanged for decades, reinforcing continuity in American currency design. For collectors, the 1979 D-quarter serves as both a common circulation coin and a historical artifact, reflecting the economic and industrial strength of the United States during the late 1970s. Today, the 1979 D Washington quarter continues to be appreciated for its historical significance, symbolic design, and connection to American heritage. Although it is not rare in circulated condition, its value lies in its role as part of a long-standing national coin series that honors George Washington and the foundational ideals of the United States. The inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and EPLURIBUS UNUM remain powerful reminders of the nation's principles, freedom, faith, and unity, engraved permanently into American coinage. The 1979 D United States quarter dollar is an important issue in the Washington quarter series, struck at the Denver Mint and marked with the D mint mark. This coin continues the classic design created by John Flanagan, featuring the portrait of George Washington on the obverse side. Above his image is the word liberty, representing freedom and democracy, while the national motto In God We Trust appears alongside, reflecting the traditional values of the United States. The date 1979 is shown below Washington's bust, along with the small D mint mark that identifies its place of production at the Denver Mint facility. On the reverse side of the 1979 D quarter, the design features a powerful heraldic eagle with wings fully spread, symbolizing strength, courage, and national pride. The eagle holds a bundle of arrows in its talons, representing military readiness and defense, while olive branches beneath it symbolize peace and diplomacy. Above the eagle is the inscription, United States of America, and below it appears $quarter. The Latin motto, PLURIBUS UNUM, meaning out of many, one, is placed above the eagle, representing the unity of all states within the nation. This design has remained a strong symbol of American identity for many decades. The 1979 D quarter was produced in large quantities to meet the high demand for circulating currency across the United States. It is made from a copper-nickel clad composition, consisting of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a copper core, a standard introduced in 1965 after silver was removed from quarters. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. Most examples are common in circulation today, but uncirculated pieces and mint-era varieties can hold additional value for collectors. Overall, the 1979 D Washington quarter remains a strong representation of American coinage during the late 20th century. The 1984 D United States quarter dollar is part of the long-running Washington quarter series, one of the most iconic and widely circulated coin designs in American history. Struck at the Denver Mint and marked with the D mint mark, this coin represents the continued production of copper-nickel clad quarters that replaced silver coinage in 1965. The 1984 quarter reflects the economic stability and industrial growth of the United States during the mid-1980s, a period marked by technological advancement, expanding commerce, and strong national identity. The coin carries deep symbolic meaning through its inscriptions and design, representing the core values of the United States: liberty, unity, and faith. On the obverse side of the 1984 D quarter appears the familiar portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States and a founding father whose leadership helped establish the nation's independence. Above his portrait is the word liberty, symbolizing the freedom and democratic principles upon which the country was founded. To the left of Washington's image appears the national motto, "In God We Trust," which has been a standard feature on U.S. coinage for over a century, reflecting the historical tradition of acknowledging faith in the nation's identity. The date 1984 is displayed below the bust, along with the D mint mark indicating production at the Denver Mint. This design, originally created by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932, has remained one of the most enduring coin portraits in American history. The reverse side of the 1984 D quarter features a bold heraldic eagle with wings spread wide in a powerful display of strength and authority. The eagle holds a bundle of arrows in its talons, symbolizing military readiness and defense, while olive branches beneath represent peace and diplomacy. Above the eagle is the inscription, United States of America, and beneath it appears the Latin motto, PLURIBUS UNUM, meaning out of many, one. This phrase represents the unity of the American states and people, coming together to form a single nation. At the bottom of the reverse is the denomination, $quarter, clearly indicating its face value of 25 cents. The design combines classical symbolism with national pride, making it one of the most recognizable coin reverses in U.S. currency. The 1984 D quarter is composed of a copper-nickel clad material, consisting of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. This composition was introduced in 1965, following the removal of silver from circulating quarters due to rising metal costs and widespread hoarding. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, with a reeded edge containing 119 reeds. These specifications became standard for all Washington quarters from 1965 onward, ensuring durability and uniformity across millions of coins produced for circulation. Millions of 1984 D quarters were minted at the Denver facility, making them very common in circulation today. Because of their high mintage, most examples found in everyday use are worth only their face value. However, collectors still seek uncirculated specimens, proof-like examples, and coins with minting errors such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks. High-grade certified coins with strong luster and sharp details may hold additional collectible value, especially among Washington quarter enthusiasts building complete date hand mint sets. Historically, the 1984 D quarter belongs to the pre-modern commemorative era of U.S. coinage, which ended in the late 1990s when the 50-state quarters program was introduced. This coin represents the traditional Washington quarter design that remained unchanged for decades, reinforcing consistency in American currency design and honoring George Washington's legacy. It reflects a period in American history when coins were primarily functional in daily commerce rather than commemorative or thematic collectibles. Today, the 1984 D Washington quarter continues to be valued for its historical and symbolic significance rather than its monetary worth. It serves as a reminder of American ideals and the continuity of national identity through everyday currency. The inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and PLURIBUS UNUM remain powerful expressions of the nation's guiding principles, freedom, faith, and unity, engraved permanently into the coinage of the United States. The 1984 D United States quarter dollar is part of the long-running Washington quarter series and represents American coinage during the mid-1980s. Struck at the Denver Mint and identified by the D Mint mark, this coin continues the classic design of John Flanagan, which has been used since 1932. On the obverse side, it features the portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, symbolizing leadership, independence, and national unity. Above the portrait is the word Liberty, while the motto In God We Trust appears beside it, reflecting the spiritual and historical values of the nation. The date 1984 is shown at the bottom along with the Denver Mint mark. On the reverse side of the 1984 D quarter, a detailed heraldic eagle is displayed with wings spread wide, representing strength, courage, and freedom. The eagle holds arrows in its talons, symbolizing military defense, while olive branches below represent peace and diplomacy. Above the eagle is the inscription, United States of America, and beneath it is the denomination quarter dollar. The Latin motto, PLURIBUS UNUM, meaning out of many, one, appears above the eagle, symbolizing unity among the states of America. This design has remained one of the most powerful and recognizable symbols in U.S. coin history. The 1984 D quarter was minted in large numbers at the Denver Mint to support everyday circulation across the country. It is made of a copper-nickel clad composition, with an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a copper core, a standard introduced in 1965. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. Most of these coins are common and found in circulation, but uncirculated pieces and mint errors can be of interest to collectors. Overall, the 1984 D Washington quarter reflects the continued strength of American currency and remains an important part of modern U.S. numismatic history.